Hello my friends and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 random run. Hope you're all doing well. Today we are of course taking a random character and random weapon and trying to beat Danger 5 with it, trying to maintain our winning ways if we can manage that. Let's jump right in and see what we get. I'm going to be having to reroll probably pretty aggressively for new characters that we haven't done yet, because we've actually managed to hit almost every character with the random series, so let's see which ones we still have available. Speedy we've definitely done, so I'm going to re-roll that one. And then here is the Ghost. So Ghost is a really interesting one. This is a lot of people's pick for the hardest character in the game. And what starting weapon you have is kind of fascinating on Ghost, because you'll typically end up with a build that is going to use at least two and maybe all three of these weapons. So we're going to try to stick to only the ethereal weapon that we roll with our random roll and see if we can make that work. Let's see what we get, and I'm going to jump right in. We've got the Flint. Okay, so we're attack speed only. That means we're not going to be getting free percentage damage or, more importantly, free HP from our ethereal weapons, and that is going to be quite painful. But of course, lots of attack speed and additional damage is very powerful. The Ghost needs to mitigate the armor loss, and obviously you want to increase your dodge as much as possible because you have a higher dodge cap. The massive negative damage that you have from the low armor, or massive incoming damage that you get from the low armor, puts you in a much more dangerous situation than most other characters. Pretty decent income there. I needed to pick up a couple more things, but we ended up with 52 with 3 on the ground. If I'd picked those all up, it would have been 55, but I did have to spend some effort on getting that box, and we got 1 attack speed, which is the real bonus here. So the box gave us 7 materials, was worth more than the materials I didn't end up picking up because I spent some time focusing down the tree. Mutation we're not going to use. We don't need range damage or elemental damage, and of course we want speed. And then I will want percent damage, and I will want flat melee damage, but I think we're going to go for economy early. Let's pick up... I could also just grab some HP, but I think I'm going to re-roll this one more time. Actually, I think... Yeah, because we've got 10 flat damage just from being the Ghost with ethereal weapons, so I think I'm going to roll again, and we will try to pick up some harvesting. Harvesting's really nice to get going early, so I really want to do that. I'm going to pick up the Ghost Flint, of course, and I will, I think, lock the propeller hat. This is going to be a really good item for us. Actually, I don't think I'm going to lock something like this. I'm going to leave these slots open in case we roll into economy items or really high-tier items. The Scar is actually going to be really good, so I'm going to pick that up, and we'll definitely buy another Ghost Flint. One thing that's kind of nice about the Flints is they're pretty cheap to buy. And then I will buy lock the Lemonade as well. We will roll and buy another Flint, and then I'm actually going to combine these into 2 level 2 Flints to try to maximize our attack speed income from the early waves. Notice that we are going to have 60% dodge once we filled out our ethereal set. We'll have 60% dodge and minus 100 armor. So basically every hit we take is double damage, but hopefully we can build 30% extra dodge, get to dodge cap very quickly, and make ourselves less in danger of just dying immediately. It's okay to take some hits in the early game here. Hoping I can get at least 2 attack speed, 1 from each weapon here, and we did indeed get that. And let's reroll. I'm looking for harvesting. Still looking for harvesting, and I will take harvesting. So now that I have these 2, I'm going to focus on filling out my weapon set rather than trying to, keep leveling these. But that, I think, is useful to do just to make sure we're stacking stats early. And I'll roll again and again, and I will lock another Flint here. And so we're going to end up with 5 weapons. That's okay. I'd prefer to have a 6th locked, but we missed once on our rolls. Because ethereal weapons are such a small tag, you can actually pretty reliably end up getting all the weapons you need. So we ended up picking up 7 total weapons, because we have 2 level 2 weapons, so that means we found a total of 7. Ended up leaving a lot of materials on the ground there, unfortunately. Here I'm going to actually just buy some max HP, I think. No, I'll roll once for more harvesting. I do want lifesteal or regen, but I don't know if I want a leveled up, or want to invest in healing this early. I think a leveled up lifesteal is worth picking, and I'll do one more reroll here, and I'll take a harvesting. Hoping to get to 20 harvesting soon, but we didn't quite manage that now. I'll take the Scar for sure, because additional XP is very important for us, and roll again. Or not particularly important for this character, but just really nice to have. Peaceful Bee is a great item, of course. This is going to give us extra dodge to get us to our 90% cap faster, as well as put our harvesting to the level we need it in. And I am going to reroll here. We're guaranteed to see at least one weapon in the shop, so we can hopefully lock another Flint. And wow, what a shop. Alright, well, I'm very happy with this one. I am going to be decreasing my melee damage by 2 now, because I'm picking up a Peaceful Bee and a Fertilizer. So that's something to keep in mind. I'm going to need some flat damage. It's also worth noting with ethereal weapons, with the Ghost Flint in particular, that it actually has pretty good base crit chance. Alright, so there you can see I took a bunch of damage. I cannot afford to take another hit, because we take double damage whenever we get hit. So our dodging needs to be quite strong for the rest of this wave, at least. And I need to boost my max HP here. So I'm going to just pick up 6 max HP. And then here, I will take harvesting. At this point now, I need to start investing in defensive stats, because we're a melee character who has minus 104 armor. So we need to worry about that quite a bit. I will buy all of these things and roll. And then, yeah, the Whetstone is going to be good. This is going to be a good way for us to heal. All this lifesteal is pretty reasonable, just because we'll be attacking so fast later on that it's worth picking up. And of course, we'll upgrade our weapons. I'm not convinced that I'm going to be able to win this run, by the way. I think that there's a decent chance that we do not win this one. This is a hard class, and one of the less consistent classes in general, just because your defenses are RNG based. If you miss on a couple dodges, and you know, if you get hit a couple times, you will die for sure. So you do have to be a little bit wary of just the fact that this class can randomly kill you out of nowhere. You can see we got a little lucky on dodges there. That let me play a little more aggressively and get a few more points of attack speed, which is now starting to stack up reasonably. I don't really need more harvesting. We've got 40 already, so I'm going to roll past this and look for just more defensive stats or anything that will help us out. Luck would be good, but I'll take a level 2 speed here, I think. We're going to end up with good lifesteal, so I'm not going to worry about the regen. 3 armor would be really nice, but doesn't work for this character, of course. I'm really looking for flat melee damage. And will I take 2 melee damage over 4 regen? I think I will. I think we need the damage way more than we need the health regeneration at this point, actually. I'm going to buy the Whetstone and continue to upgrade our weapons and roll again. So the reason I'm going for lifesteal here, just in case I didn't clarify this enough, even though I usually prefer regen on melee characters, it's just that we're going to be building so much attack speed, the lifesteal is going to be a lot of healing for us. I'll take a bag for sure, another great economy item. Do I want a claw tree? I think because while our max HP is poor, we need melee damage, and the crit chance will multiply well with our attack speed, so I think I will buy the claw tree. So basically, I'm looking for a little bit of melee damage. I don't need too much, just enough that we continue to one-shot most enemies on the field, so we can keep stacking our stats. And then I need to get to 90 dodge soon. We're currently at 64, which is just not good enough for this character. You have to hit your 90 dodge very early on this character, or it's very, very dangerous. I mean, I guess if you are very confident that you're going to never take a hit, then you can leave the defensive stats till later. But I'm not that confident, so, you know. Very happy we got this much harvesting early, although I will decrease it a little bit with this bat. And then, yeah, I am going to take 3% lifesteal. This should be enough that I don't have to worry too much about the lifesteal going forward, although I guess I will buy the butterfly here. but we'll buy the claw tree, buy the butterfly, roll. Now I need max HP, and I need flat melee damage, and a little bit of percent damage. Those are the things I'm most looking for. Of course, I will take bag, and we will take lost duck and tree. Do I want cute monkey? This is another way to heal. I think we will have enough healing from the lifesteal that I'm fine with this. This is not... I wouldn't usually build this much healing this early, because usually you want to build your defensive stats before you bother with healing. But just the way the shops have broken, we've ended up picking up a lot of early healing. I will say we found a lot of economy items, so I'm very happy with this. With that. You want to, when you're playing ethereal weapons, you want to break the eggs on this level to make sure you can get more stats. Because you don't want to be wasting a bunch of attacks on hitting a high health enemy when you could be killing a bunch of low health enemies and getting more stats out of them. So even though you do give up a little bit of materials this way, it means that you get a lot more stats, so it's worth more in the end. Recycle this. We don't need to lose max HP. And then here, I don't need more lifesteal. I do need more speed, so I think I'm just going to take the 9% speed, and then I'm going to roll, looking for something better. Perfect. I'll take 9 HP. I'm much, much happier having found this 9 HP, by the way. This makes me very happy here. I will also note that we have a Wave 11 Horde, which is much better for this character than an Elite would be, so that's a slightly lucky roll for us. Up to 68 dodge, that's good. I will take the snail, I think that's going to help us out. And Ugly Tooth could actually be useful, since we're going to have a lot of very fast attacks but low damage on them. This could be useful against elites, so I think I will take the Ugly Tooth. And then here, I'm going to take the Shady Potion and lock the cake. This is a good... more luck is good. Having gotten that early Scar, also we are benefiting more strongly from luck than most other characters, because we're getting extra XP. So more luck means the quality of our level ups is higher. And since we're getting more XP than other characters, we're getting more level ups than other characters. This is a bad wave for ethereal builds, by the way, just because it's few high health enemies. So you are going to end up not getting a lot of stats from it, but hopefully next wave, wave 9, will make up for it. Oh, I walked right into that. Okay, and I walked right into that too. Have to be careful. So this is where the fact that I've gone lifesteal instead of regen is really punishing me, because I'm having to play really carefully since I took a bunch of damage, and that means I'm not able to heal as quickly. Once I get to a stage later in the game where... So we had very bad income that wave because I took 2 random hits there. Once we get to a stage later in the game where I'm able to move into groups of enemies more confidently because I have higher dodge and HP, the lifesteal will be fine, but for that wave it was really bad. I think I will take the medical turret. That can help stop that from happening in the future. We will reduce our damage in exchange for some economy items, just because I'm going into Wave 9 now. I probably wouldn't do that if I wasn't going into Wave 9. I will lock the Lost Duck. I think more luck is still going to be good. And then after that, I really, really need to focus on buffing my damage. So that's going to be the last economy item I'm going to buy, or defensive item I'm going to buy for a while, or like healing item rather. We need dodge, and we need HP, and we need damage. Those are the only stats we care about after this. And of course, non-attack speed sources of damage. Took a big hit there, but hopefully we can make get our HP back, which we were able to, thanks to our reasonable lifesteal and reasonably rapid attacks. And now you can see I can move into the groups of enemies somewhat safely, as long as I don't take a hit from the big chargers like I just did. The little guys aren't that big a threat, but the chargers with double damage are a ridiculous amount of damage, and that'll get even worse in later levels when I start getting the like buffers and the armored chargers and stuff. Pretty bad income for Wave 9, honestly, but we did get up to 50% attack speed, so that's good. I'll recycle the scope, and then here, yeah, 8% damage is going to help out our damage a lot. Let's re-roll this. I want flat damage, I want percent damage, and I want max HP. Those are the only things I really care about. I'm even going to pass on 10 harvesting in exchange for 6 max HP, just so we don't get one shot. Lost Duck I will take. Percent damage, yes. 3% dodge on the Chameleon. While I do really want dodge, I don't think that's an efficient enough amount of dodge to buy, especially because it cost me percent damage. Acid, we lose dodge. Is that worth it? I so badly need to build up my dodge, but I also badly need to build up my max health. I think I'm going to pass on the acid, and we will look for things that build up our max health and dodge elsewhere, and this is a better set of stuff for us. Obviously, Riposte is incredible for this character because we're going to be boosting our melee damage, ideally, and right now it only does 1 damage, but we will ideally be boosting our melee damage, and we'll be dodging a lot. And Gambling Token has no downside, really, because we, going from minus 105 to minus 106 armor is not a problem, and this gets us close to our dodge cap much sooner. So I'll buy these 2 things. Alien Worm, I could lose a consumable heal to gain 3 max health for 35. I think that's not... and then it's basically spending 10 on that, so it's almost free because I get a reroll. Is that something that I am interested in at all? 3 max HP for minus 1 consumable heal for 10 materials. I think with 17% lifesteal, I still don't think we can afford to do that, so I'm just going to roll past that. And I'm looking for other things. I could pick up the boxing glove here because we're about to go into wave 11. No, I have 2 whetstones. So let's not do that. Let's just keep going in wave 10. I'm definitely behind on... I'm behind on stats, on ethereal weapon stats compared to where you want to be. With our 50% attack speed or whatever we have is just not as much as you want at this stage of the game. Having played a little badly, like my mechanics were not amazing in some of these earlier waves, so I took some extra hits, and that meant that I fell behind in economy because I had to play very carefully for the rest of that wave. So that's something that really set us back in terms of growth on this character build. So we're definitely playing from behind a little bit, even despite having gotten a bunch of economy items earlier. You can see I can take 1 hit. As long as I don't take 2 giant hits in a row, we're okay, because our healing is very solid. And that's part of why I didn't want to lose the consumable healing. Take the Cyclops Worm here. Luck or more lifesteal, I will take the luck, and then here... just more percent damage. Okay, so now I just need more flat damage because our percent damage has gone up a lot, and that's quite good. Gentle Alien, obviously one of the best things we could find here because more enemies means more stats. Upgrade my Flint. Roll again. Upgrade my Flint. Bait is quite dangerous for this character, but it is a stat we need, and more enemies spawning does mean more attack speed stats. I think it's worth taking here, even on a horde wave, but this could be too aggressive. I guess we will find out. The armor is wasted here, but 3 HP, 3 damage, and 3 speed is still good enough to take metal, so I'm going to grab that. It does mean our crit chance is gone, but that's fine, and we've already rerolled twice, so let's go to the wave 11 horde wave. Have to dodge a little bit around the bait aliens. Try to kill as many of them as we can so that before they attack, so that we're not taking too many dodge hits, and then so we're not stressing out our dodge defenses too much. Obviously, it makes sense that dodge is the word they used there, but it is unfortunate that I have to talk about dodging mechanically, but also dodging with the stat in the game. Dodging with my movement and also dodging with the stat in the game, and there isn't really a good way to say that otherwise. Like, avoiding enemies doesn't really work that well. Evading enemies, all of those words all sound kind of the same. There's not a great way to verbally distinguish between those two things. Makes it sometimes hard to cast. Left a lot of materials on the ground there, but at least we got a bunch of crates. Triangle of Power, actually kind of good for the Ghost, because you don't intend to take that many hits. So we're actually going to take the Triangle of Power here. Normally an item I suggest avoiding, because the amount of damage you take is going to reduce your damage pretty quickly. It can put you in a bad situation, but on the Ghost you want to dodge every attack anyways, so Triangle of Power will usually get value. I could gain 10% attack speed, -6 damage. That's not worth it. The Scar here, I think it will be worth more than 17 materials. I will probably get 1 level out of this, so I will take the Scar. I do want a little more speed, but I think I want to roll for dodge or flat melee damage at this point, so I'm going to take that. Grab the recycling machine for economy, grab the head injury, and roll. We are up to 109 attack speed, which could be worse. Let's take Ghost Flint and Riposte and roll. Upgrade my Ghost Flint. Terrified Onion. I do lose 6 luck, but I really do want more speed, so let's take this in the Lemonade and roll again. And then I would buy this for on wave 12, the Tractor. I think it's still worth it. And of course we'll lock our item here. Or our weapon here. Tractor's still going to pay for itself pretty quickly, so it's worth buying. Really need to roll, I think, very aggressively my next few levels for dodge, because we have still not capped our dodge, and that's getting to be a real problem. You really do not want to be playing Ghost with less than 90% dodge, which is the situation that we've found ourselves in here. However, I'm getting quite lucky on my dodges this wave, mostly not taking hits, and then also, there we go, we took our first hit this wave, but then also our damage has really actually come together the last few chops. I've managed to pick up quite a lot of flat damage, quite a lot of percentage damage, and of course our attack speed is really now starting to stack up just from our ethereal weapon stats. The extra luck that we've been able to pick up, and getting 2 bags, of course, has really kept us in this. I actually made a lot of money that wave. I'm going to recycle the Pocket Factory. Of course, we don't want the turrets to be stealing kills from us, because we want to stack our stats up. Gambling Token couldn't be a better find. We're almost at dodge cap now, and we will increase our luck again. And then here... Now I probably don't need to roll as aggressively for dodge cap, so let's make sure I've got a good enough speed to be evasive when we get to an elite. And then now I'm going to roll for dodge. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now we're at dodge cap. We've got 20% speed. I'm feeling much better. I need now just max HP, basically. Melee damage, percent damage, and max HP. Those are pretty much the only stats we care about at this point. I will still take the Tractor. It's going to help us boost everything pretty high in the next couple waves. I'm going to, since I got Blindfold and Insanity in the same shop, I will buy both of them. I would buy the Blindfold anyways for the crit chance, because getting to 2% crit chance is fine, but mostly because you want to be a little over dodge cap so you can buy items that reduce your dodge without going under cap, so it's always worth going up to like 100 dodge or so on the Ghost. But then, since we're increasing our crit chance already, I'll buy the Insanity, and we will buy Broken Mouth. We're already over dodge cap, so there's no need to buy Gambling Token here, though. Mastery is excellent, going to pick that up. I'm still ignoring range. Our range is just not going to be an important factor in this build, and I will do one more reroll here. I think the bag will still pay for itself without any trouble, so I will pick up another bag. Let's go to the next wave. One thing that is nice about playing this kind of character is that we will not have any trouble, or we shouldn't have too much trouble, wave 14 against the summoners, because we're playing a very short-ranged character, so we can pretty easily control how many of the summoners we kill, and then make sure that we're killing the summons as they spawn. However, wave 14 also has an elite, which is going to put us in much more danger depending on what kind of elite it is. So the thing that I need most of all right now is more HP to make sure that we are able to survive a hit or two from the elite. get this. And you can see now I can fairly confidently move into groups of enemies. Even if I take a hit, I've got a lot of, which is only a 10% chance per attack. I've got a lot of lifesteal, so we can regenerate that damage quickly. And we attack quickly enough that our lifesteal is very good. I will take the tree for sure. I'm going to recycle the chameleon. 99 materials is a lot, and we'll recycle the pencil here as well. Rolling for max HP here. Oh, I saw these 2 red upgrades and was like, yes, but neither of them are good for us right now. I'll just take a level 2 max HP, that's fine. Rolling here. Leather vest, unfortunately, normally an excellent item. Not good for us because we're already dodge capped and the armor doesn't matter. Mastery, yes, this will help us burst down the elite faster, so very happy to grab that. And bursting down the elite is something we really want to do. Glass cannon, similarly, will boost our damage significantly and help us take out the elite before we are under too much pressure. Vigilante ring will also be good here, I think. Yeah, so we'll get the wave 14. We're basically getting 5 uses out of this, so it's 15% damage, because we're getting 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, so 6 uses out of it. 18% damage for 200, I think, is worth buying here. And I'll lock the Dangerous Bunny, I think that's still worth it, and the Ghost Flint, and go to the next wave. Alright, where's the Elite? Okay, this one, I think, shouldn't be so bad. It's the Summoner, so as long as I break some of the summons before they start really coming after me, we should be doing okay, and our damage should be good enough that we can clear the elite pretty quickly. Alright, so now I've done that, and now I just focus on not letting the summons stack up on the map, and we should be able to have a fairly clean wave 14, even despite there being an elite. Ghosts will tend to kind of turn a corner like this, where you've gotten your dodge stat up to a super high level, and are now suddenly quite tanky compared to many other characters. Typically, you'd want more HP than this, but the fact that we have quite good healing can kind of help us cosplay a high HP character, just because we take 1 hit and then we heal it back up. Also, the amount of bonus damage that I found in that shop was an insane amount of value for us and really helped out. Not the most amazing income from that wave, but still good. Gonna recycle this. We don't need more XP gain, and of course we don't use the engineering, so unlucky roll for us there. Weird Ghost I will definitely not take because it's just late enough in the game that we can't afford to put ourselves in at risk like that. If I had HP regeneration and wasn't the Ghost, maybe I would take it, but with lifesteal as our primary healing, I don't trust the RNG not to screw us over. Here, I could take flat melee damage or I could roll for HP. I think I'll take flat damage. I want to make sure that's keeping up, but I will, again, aggressively roll for HP starting now, I think. Is it worth getting a free reroll, 138 for 4% crit chance? Nah, it's definitely not. I will buy the medal for sure. Again, passing on Weird Ghost, but I will take bait and roll Gentle Alien perfect, Defective Steroids perfect, Goat Skull also still going to be great. So very happy with this shop. Let's go to the next wave. Got to remember that there is bait aliens coming. But now I've got enough damage that we should be doing pretty good. Obviously on Ghost, one of the important items that is normally not very good but is very powerful on this character is Tardigrade, because the whole point is to avoid taking any hits. And it's even better for this version of the character because we have a Triangle of Power. So having a Tardigrade would help us maintain our Triangle X bonus damage longer. I kind of want a little more lifesteal at this point, I think, or I'd take a fairy or something, because it actually took, the amount of incoming damage is now high enough that it took me quite a while to heal that all back up. So non-lifesteal sources of healing or just a little more lifesteal, I think would go a long way. Because I actually could have died there. If I'd hit the 1% and gotten hit by both of the, and you know, not dodged either of those attacks, because the damage put me below half health, and then I immediately dodged a second attack. But that's only a 1% chance that you get hit by 2 attacks in a row, but 1% is a higher amount of danger than I prefer. I'll still take the fertilizer. Just gonna pay for itself, and let's roll for maximum HP to stop that from happening. Alright, well, I rolled several times. I guess I'll take 4 melee damage. I'm kind of wondering if it's worth it to pick up padding, because max HP is so valuable to this character, and we've got okay speed already. I think it's still not good to take padding, though. Normally you get your max HP on Ghost just from buying Ghost Scepters, but since this is a random weapon challenge, we are not doing that. I will buy Lure here, of course, for the economy. And then Ghost Flint, yes. I'm not going to buy Injection. Our percent damage has gotten quite high, and now I really just need max HP, so I'm not going to buy anything that decreases it. And in fact, Charcoal would be okay, but I think I will do one more reroll because we're looking for max HP or more efficient sources of damage upgrade. Insanity is one of those for us. Cyclops Worm is also one of those for us. Gotta hunt down these buffing aliens because they double the enemy's damage or multiply it by 50%. I can't remember exactly. But then that's doubled because we're the ghost. So you can, if you don't have a high enough health pool, get one shot by any of the red aliens, especially if the buff lands on a tough enemy. So really important to hunt down and kill the brain bugs in this level. Damage has really gotten good, though, because our attack speed is so high. I think also one incidental thing about this build right now is that this is a great setup for an endless run. If you wanted to go endless, this is how you do it. You stack attack speed with Ghost Flints on the Ghost. And Ghost is one of the better endless characters because 90% dodge in the late game means you can screw up much more easily. Late game, every character has the ghost problem where any hit kills you, so having 90% dodge makes you only have a 10% chance of randomly dying from those hits. I will take Propeller Hat. I will take Wandering Bot. I think this is going to be a decent way to stop us from taking extra hits. And let's roll for health here. Roll for health here. Still no luck. I'm going to do one more reroll here. Unlucky, but I'll take the crit chance, and I guess I'll take melee damage. Cute Monkey I'm going to take. This is a... I passed on one earlier, I know, but this is a way to heal that doesn't involve lifesteal. So, lifesteal is capped at 10 per second, so it's often good to have supplementary ways to heal if you really need to heal your damage instantly, like this character does. I'll take the Cyclops Worm. I think I'm going to pass on this Propeller Hat, because I want to be able to burst down the elite immediately. Let's upgrade my Flint. Bait, I think we will pass on because it's an elite wave, and I really just want to focus that guy down. Baby Gecko is reasonable with the Cute Monkey, but I don't think is worth picking up here because we want to just heal in bursts from having run into enemies. We don't need the sort of continual healing of pulling in materials alongside Cute Monkey. I'm really just rolling for more damage or more HP at this point. Clover is 20 luck, which is not bad. I think I will still take Claw Tree. The question is, do I want Clover for 20 luck, but I lose 2% lifesteal? Losing 2% lifesteal is pretty painful, but 20 more luck is nice. I think I will take it. I'm not sure if that's right, but 20 luck is worth a lot. Oh gosh, okay, well that's bad. I immediately tanked a hit there. Almost died. I was hoping to, you know, get the elite burst down before it hit me, but of course we missed on our first dodge. So I had to back off and heal. And my lifesteal is just not healing us quite enough, I don't think. I do need another supplementary healing method. Or just more lifesteal. Obviously, I shouldn't have stepped on that attack and tanked it, but I put myself in a situation where I was at a 10% chance of dying, so I just didn't want to. engage with that. Had to back off, heal up. As long as you can tank 2 hits, you're okay on Ghost. Ideally, you'd be able to tank 3 hits, and then it goes from a 1% chance of taking 2 hits in a row to a 1 in 1,000 chance, which obviously is way better. 5% lifesteal. If only we'd found this earlier, this would have been nice, but I think 5% lifesteal is worth 2 melee damage to us. Is it worth 178 materials, though? I think not, so I'm going to recycle that. Let's roll here, and more speed, or... Come on, get me some max HP. A leveled max HP, please. Alright, well, I didn't specify. I should have specified. I will upgrade my Ghost Flint here, and then... I don't really need more damage, I don't think. I'm really just rolling for max HP at this point. Yep, Broken Mouth for sure. Alloy is a reasonable way to increase our damage if we want that. Flat melee damage is good for us. Crit chance is good for us. And, of course, we're over dodge cap, so we can buy it without suffering in that respect. I will buy another Flint. I think I will buy the alloy here just because it fits nicely into our plan for this shop. There we go. This is how I wanted to get more lifesteal, is stuff like mouse that's efficient to buy already. Hitting for 200, critting for 400 with super fast attack speed, that part's okay. I would feel so much safer also if we had a tardigrade in this build. Incidentally, the, you know, I know I said you should avoid things that can steal kills from your weapons, but I did buy the spicy sauce. That's just because max HP is so valuable when you have this much dodge. You know, those two stats multiply together. The more you have of one, the better the other is, and having 90% dodge you can think of as multiplying your HP by 10. So every point of health we buy is incredibly valuable. A 30 effective HP addition to our character by virtue of picking up just a 3 HP item like the spicy sauce is really, really worth it. I'm going to recycle this because we don't use range damage, recycle this because we don't use range damage. I will take the Shady Potion. More consumables can help us burst heal back up, so that's fine. I will take the mouse. Our attack speed is 273%, so I think we can avoid the coffee. Coffee is so good, because it only costs 57 here. It's still worth considering, even with 250 attack speed. But I think I'm actually just going to pass on most of these. I guess I'll buy the butterfly. A little more lifesteal I think couldn't hurt. And then I also get a free reroll if I buy the coffee. I think it's still going to decrease my damage to reduce my percent damage, so I will pass on that. Luck for every crit we have is fine. I mean, we have decent crit chance, so the lucky coin will give us a lot of luck. How much do we care about luck in Wave 18? Not that much, but I think it's worth picking up here. Buy the lemonade, and I'll lock the schmoop. My attack speed is high enough that we're able to just constantly attack, which is the important point. You know, so I can move into these groups of enemies, and none of them are touching me because our attacks are so quick. And that's, at that point, increasing our attack speed anymore actually has diminishing returns, except against bosses. But even against bosses, you aren't constantly attacking. I think people often think of attack speed in this game as just a pure multiplier to your DPS, rather than how it interacts with the actual ways in which you attack and hit enemies. Having lower cooldown on your weapons doesn't matter if you aren't next to enemies during that time. So as long as you are able to attack quickly enough to stop enemies from getting to you, and quickly enough that there isn't time when you're in range of an enemy that you're not attacking, you're gaining all the benefit of attack speed. I'm going to recycle this. We now have enough luck. I'm just not worried about buying more. I'll take a spicy sauce, though. I will recycle this. And then here, I keep having to stop myself from buying the armor. I'm going to reroll this. I want max HP, and we did finally get some. I'll take the level 3 damage here, though. 116 max HP. That's a little more like it. I can't actually buy a Ghost Flint here, so let's roll again. I will, just so that we have the visual of 4 level 6 Ghost Flints, I'll buy that, or 6 level 4 Ghost Flints, I'll buy that one. And then, I'm actually not sure if it's better to buy the Mammoth for more damage or the Schmoop for more HP. I don't think we can afford both. Oh, no, we can afford both. But I was going to buy the Mammoth just because we want to burst down the bosses as quickly as possible. And then nothing else here that we can buy. Let's do a reroll just to see what we're missing out on. Another Triangle of Power, actually, I would have bought. And then a medal, some other cool stuff. But mostly, we've gotten our damage to 250 damage with a 25% critical. And, of course, they attack every 1/5 of a second, so that's going to be a lot of bonus damage. As long as we don't get too unlucky against the bosses, we should be okay, as long as we don't miss multiple dodges in a row. And, you know, I defy fate to let that happen. There is no chance that that can possibly happen. We're guaranteed victory at this point. Uh-oh. Who knew my hubris would come back to bite me? Healing back up to full so that I'm not in danger of getting one shot. Have to kill one of these bosses ideally, and then I'll get a full heal. So I just need to make sure I'm standing next to them. So there you go. I cursed the gods and brought some drama down on myself, but we still made it through. All right, my friends. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Let's take a look at the important items and just see which ones performed well and which performed badly. So I think a couple things that were really worth picking out. Obviously, 3 bags. I've said this before. If you get 3 bags in the shop, then you're going to have a better time. So I recommend doing that. The early Scar got us a lot of levels. We ended up level 26. Most characters are going to end the game somewhere around level 20. So the early Scar paid off a lot for us. Other important items that we picked up on this character, we got a decent amount of HP. The lifesteal worked out okay. We could have done regen, but I think lifesteal was better to focus on. Vigilante Ring with 21% damage, of course, or 18% damage at the beginning of that wave. Any other economy items that are worth looking at? Nope, not really. Just a lot of really solid items that we were able to pick up early. And having very high luck also helped a lot in terms of making the lots of levels that we were getting typically give us more stats. Ended up with 334 attack speed, with the highest one gained being, looks like 119 from our first Ghost Flint. So that's an amazing amount of attack speed. And 95% dodge and a bunch of good stats. Alright, pals, hope that you enjoyed this video, and of course feel free to leave a comment, like the video, and you can subscribe to my channel for more of this and other strategy game content. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you next time.